Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to the Armstrong State softball field for day 2 of the NCAA Southeast Regional. 4 teams come into day 2, but only 2 will make it to Saturday, as we will have 3 games for you today, beginning with game number 1, featuring the Pfeiffer University Falcons and the Young Harris College Mountain Lions. These are the 2 winners from yesterday's action, and also the 2 lower seeds in the tournament field. As both of the lower seeds won yesterday's games, Young Harris with a 2-1 win over host Armstrong State, and Pfeiffer with a 7-4 9-inning win over Carson Newman. And here in our first game of the day, Pfeiffer is the visiting team on the scoreboard. Young Harris is the home team on the scoreboard, and for Young Harris, Nikki Kowalski will be in the circle. Kowalski 24-7 with a 2.38 earned run average, making her 44th appearance and 26th start. She has thrown 197 in the third innings, given up 185 hits. She has walked 53, struck out 145 batters, and she will face this lineup for Pfeiffer. Veda Blue Sherrill will lead off and play shortstop. Stephanie Fortner, the left fielder, bats second. Mackenzie Pennell, the third baseman, bats third. Kiana Millsaps, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Chandler Walker, the center fielder, bats fifth. Rachel Crowder, the catcher, bats sixth. Abby Peck, the designated player, bats seventh. Kaylee Troutman is the right fielder. She'll bat eighth. And Emma Tuttle, the second baseman, bats ninth. Kowalski starts off Sherrill with a strike. Sherrill led off the game yesterday against Carson Newman with a home run. She leads off this game with a ground ball to third base. Grace Body at third, able to throw on to first for the first out. Defensively for Young Harris, Chandler Stooksbury is at first base. Georgia Webb at second. Murphy Davis is the shortstop. Grace Body, who you just saw there, the third baseman. Jill Torres behind the plate, and in the outfield from left to right, it's Biz Walters, Jeannie Perucci, and Hannah Harrison. Stephanie Fortner, the left fielder, bats now for Pfeiffer. Looks at a first pitch strike from Kowalski. Fortner hitting .316 on the year for the Falcons, 9 doubles. A triple, a home run, 26 runs batted in as that pitch is a ball. Young Harris wearing purple and black tops with purple pants today, and Pfeiffer in their white pinstripe uniforms, as that is a strike, making it 1-2. Pfeiffer won the coin toss yesterday between the two teams and elected to choose uniform color over being the home team. The 1-2 pitch is called strike 3, and out on strikes is Fortner for the second out of the inning. So Kowalski with a quick start to the first. And with 2 down, it brings up Pennell, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 9, Mackenzie Pennell.
Pennell, the freshman from Taylorsville, North Carolina, swings and misses at the first pitch from Kowalski for strike 1. The Conference Carolinas Freshman of the Year. Pennell hitting .412, 10 doubles, a triple, 11 home runs, 57 runs batted in as that pitch is fouled off. She had a solo home run in the 7th inning of yesterday's game against Carson Newman. That gave Pfeiffer a 4-3 lead. Carson Newman came back, got a run in the bottom of the 7th, sent us to extra innings, where Pfeiffer prevailed in the 9th. Young Harris and Pfeiffer both making second straight NCAA regional appearances. For Young Harris, it is their second all-time. They just joined NCAA competition in 2011, and their win over Armstrong State yesterday was the first in program history. No balls, 2 strikes. Kowalski with the pitch, and that's lined foul down the third base side. Pfeiffer, meanwhile, making its second straight and third overall appearance in NCAA regional play. They were here last year, went 2-2 in the regional, and off to a good start here, winning the first game yesterday. So they are 3-4 all-time in NCAA postseason play. Pitch from Kowalski, low and away for a ball. By the way, in the other regional, there was also a lower-seeded team that won in Dahlonega yesterday, as 8th-seeded North Greenville upset top-seed North Georgia 2-1. In the second game, number 4-seeded Limestone defeated number 5-seed Lenoir-Rhyne 5-3. So 4th-seeded Limestone, the highest seed in the Southeast region to win yesterday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch popped up in the infield, and the first baseman, Stooksbury, will make the play. And 3 up, 3 down go the Falcons in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Young Harris coming to bat. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong State softball field. We head to the bottom of the first inning, and Young Harris will get its first look at Pfeiffer starting pitcher Caitlin Christian. Christian 13-2 with a 1.47 earned run average, 109 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 66 hits, walked 23, struck out 107. And she will face this lineup for the Mountain Lions. Jeannie Perucci will lead off, play center field. Biz Walters, the left fielder, bats second. Jill Torres, the catcher, bats third. Hannah Harrison, the right fielder, bats cleanup. Murphy Davis, the shortstop, bats fifth. Kelsey Nix, the designated player, bats sixth. Grace Body, the third baseman, bats seventh. Georgia Webb, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Chandler Stooksbury, the first baseman, bats ninth. Christian starts off Perucci with a strike. Jeannie Perucci, 5'4" senior from Duluth, Georgia. Takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. Perucci hitting .355 for Young Harris this season. 6 doubles, 4 triples, and 15 runs batted in. She was a first-team All-Peach Belt Conference selection this year. Pops this one into shallow center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So Jeannie Perucci leads off the bottom of the first with a single. And it brings up the left fielder, Biz Walters. Walters, 5'7" freshman from Buford, Georgia. Hitting .331. Bounce this to third. The third baseman for Pfeiffer, Mackenzie Pennell, will throw to second to get the lead runner, and so the bunt attempt unsuccessful. as Perucci is out 5-4, and with one down, and we'll bring up the catcher, Jill Torres. And the first pitch is a strike to Torres, 5'10" freshman from Woodstock, Georgia, hitting .346, 11 doubles, 5 homers, 33 runs batted in. She had an RBI double in the win over Armstrong State yesterday, as that pitch is a strike. And it's 0-2. So the 0-2 pitch from Christian fouled back out of play. This is the first meeting, not only in the postseason between Young Harris and Pfeiffer, but in program history. These two teams have never met, at least in the NCAA era, for Young Harris. As the 0-2 pitch upstairs for ball one. So a lot of unknowns between these two coaches and these two teams. Head coach Kayla Lucas for Young Harris and Coach Monty Sherrill for Pfeiffer. The 1-2 pitch popped up in the infield. And the first baseman for Pfeiffer, Kiana Millsaps, will make the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up the right fielder, Hannah Harrison. Harrison, a 5'8" junior from Swanee, Georgia. Leading hitter for the Mountain Lions this season with a .363 average. First pitch to her is a strike. Lefty on lefty matchup here between Christian and Harrison. Young Harris lineup filled with left-handed bats. 3 of the first 4 batters in the order hit from the left side, as that pitch is high and outside. And it's 1-1. Harrison has 17 doubles this year, ranking among the Peach Belt Conference's leaders in that category. 4 triples, a homer, 45 runs batted in, as that pitch is fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes, the count on Harrison. And the 1-2 pitch, pop foul, out of play. The Dahlonega Regionals started later than us yesterday, but they started earlier than us today. They are already in action in game number 1. And in that game, Limestone taking on North Greenville. And Limestone leads it 3-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Christian strikes out Harrison to end the inning. Young Harris gets a hit but nothing else. We go the second, scoreless between the Mountain Lions and the Falcons. We head to the top of the second inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. Kiana Millsaps will lead things off for Pfeiffer. She swung the big bat for the Falcons yesterday as she drove in 4 of the 7 runs for the Falcons in a 3-for-4 day, including a 2-run home run. Millsaps, a sophomore from Taylorsville, North Carolina. Pops up the 1-0 pitch, but it will hit foul for strike 1. Millsaps hitting .345, 14 doubles, 3 homers, 41 runs batted in. Nikki Kowalski's 1-1 pitch is right over the plate, and it's 1-2. A reminder, 3 games today. Game 2, scheduled for a 1:30 start, features Armstrong State and Carson Newman in an elimination contest. And then the loser of this game will take on the winner of that game in our final game of the day around 4 o'clock. And that will leave us with 2 teams to play on Saturday to see who advances to the NCAA Southeast Super Regional, which will be next Wednesday and Thursday at the highest remaining seed. And to say it's wide open right now would be an understatement. 1-2 pitch down and away for ball 2. With the 4, 6, 7, and 8 seeds winning yesterday, it is anybody's regional, both here and in Dahlonega. 2-2 delivery from Kowalski, grounded to third. Body up with it, throws on to first. And there's 2 away.
Center fielder, number 11, Chandler Walker.
Or excuse me, 1 away. Got ahead of myself. 1 down for the center fielder, Chandler Walker. 5'11" junior from Bristol, Connecticut. Looks at a strike from Kowalski, and it's 0-1. Walker hitting .342, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 6 homers, 39 runs batted in. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Walker was a first-team All-Conference Carolinas honoree this year. Kowalski's 1-1 pitch, fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. The NCAA Division II softball championships will be May 25th through the 29th in Salem, Virginia. Salem, a regular host of the D2 championships. 1-2 pitch, fouled back again. They were the hosts of the event in 2013 and 2014. In 2015, Oklahoma City was the host, and then 2016, last year, it was part of the D2 Spring Sports Festival in Denver, Colorado. 1-2 pitch is high, and in fact, the D2 championships will be heading back to Denver and the campus of Metro State University after this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Chandler Walker, the center fielder, as that is fouled off the end of the bat down the first base side. So Walker battling here against Kowalski. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Grounded to third. That is a fair ball. Throw on to first by Body is in time. And there's 2 away.
Catcher, number 24, Rachel Crowder.
So 2 down for the catcher, Rachel Crowder. Crowder looks at the pitch high for ball 1. 5'4" senior from Burlington, North Carolina. Crowder hitting .290 with 14 doubles, a couple of home runs, and 31 runs batted in as that pitch is fouled off. And the 1-1 pitch fouled off, this time down the third base side. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch from Kowalski, popped foul. This one will get out of play down the left side. And that pitch fouled off. Catcher Torres couldn't hold on to the foul. Kowalski yesterday in the win over Armstrong State through 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 2. Pitched out of 2 bases loaded situations in the second and third innings with only 1 run given up, and really strengthened as the game went on. She retired 13 of her final 14 batters faced to pick up the win. The 1-2 delivery, popped foul again, out of play. Kowalski threw 6 shutout innings for Young Harris in the 9-3 win over Georgia College in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament first round, but lost to North Georgia in the semifinals, giving up 5 runs, 4 earned in a 5-4 loss to the Nighthawks, as this is hit into left field, but no trouble for Walters. She'll make the catch, and 3 up, 3 down. Go the Falcons in the second. We head to the bottom of the second. No score between the Mountain Lions and the Falcons. We head to the bottom of the second inning.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Mountain Lions, the shortstop
For Young Harris, Here in the second, it'll be Murphy Davis, Kelsey Nix, Grace Body to face Caitlin Christian, who gave up a single in the first inning. But that was it, as the lefty fires in a first pitch strike to Davis. 5'5" junior from Marietta, Georgia. Davis hitting .284, 11 doubles, 1 homer, 2 triples, and 31 runs batted in. Fouls this pitch back to the screen, and it's 0-2. They've gone to the 7th in Dahlonega, and Limestone now leads 4-1 over North Greenville in the winner's bracket game there. 0-2 pitch way outside, taken for a ball. Caitlin Christian, 5'5" freshman left-hander out of Asheboro, North Carolina. Through 6 2/3 in yesterday's win over Carson Newman. She started the game through 4 innings, exited in favor of Sydney Poole, but then came back in the 7th, and then pitched out of the 7th and delivered the last 2 innings as that pitch is low and runs the count full. In order to pick up the win, Christian gave up 3 runs over those 6 2/3 innings to improve to 13-2 on the year. 3-2 pitch fouled back out of play. And that's one thing that head coach Monty Sherrill said at the press conference after yesterday's game was that the pitching depth that his team has really served them well in that win over Carson Newman, as this has popped up in the infield, and the pitcher Christian will call her own number, make the grab for out number 1. Carson Newman starter Lacey Reines threw the entire 9-inning game for Carson Newman and threw 172 pitches, whereas Pfeiffer, with the tandem of Christian and Poole, was a little bit fresher at the end of that contest. Kelsey Nix, the designated player, will step to the plate now. First pitch to her is low for a ball. Kelsey Nix, a 5'9" sophomore from Blairsville, Georgia. .225 average, couple of doubles, 5 homers, 27 runs batted in, as that pitch is high for a ball. And the 2-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike. It's 2-1. But the 2-1 delivery from Christian sails high, and it's 3-1 now on the designated player for Young Harris. 3-1 pitch popped up, foul territory, and the first baseman reaches over the fence and makes the grab. Kiana Millsaps able to make the play for the second out of the inning.
Third baseman, number 21, Grace Body.
So 2 down for Body. 5'7" sophomore from Woodstock, Georgia. Body hitting .254, 5 doubles. Couple of home runs, 39 runs batted in. First pitch from Christian clips the knees for strike 1. And 1 pitch is low. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Game number 3 of the regional, game 1 of the day here at the NCAA Southeast Softball Regional number 2. Pop up in the infield again The shortstop, Sherrill, will make the grab, and Christian induces 3 pop-outs to get through the Mountain Lions in the second. We head to the third. No score from Savannah. Top of the third inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. The first game of the day in Dahlonega has gone to final. Limestone has knocked off North Greenville 4-1, so Limestone is guaranteed to be in Saturday's regional final up in Dahlonega. Here we're scoreless, heading to the third. And for Pfeiffer, first pitch swinging is Abby Peck, the designated player. She fouls it off for strike one. Peck, a 5'8" junior from Altamont, New York. Peck hitting .232, 6 doubles, 3 homers, 22 runs batted in. Fouls off the next pitch back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Nikki Kowalski making her second consecutive start for the Mountain Lions. Looks at a pitch low, does Peck from Kowalski, and it's 1-2. And this is the 200th inning that Kowalski has thrown this season for Young Harris. 5'10" junior from Venice, Florida, as that pitch is fouled off. She joined Young Harris from St. Petersburg College.
Turn everything down. Just turn everything down. Yeah, turn it down. Just turn everything down.
One ball, 2 strikes. Popped into left field, but that's going to curve and hit foul. And again, the 1-2 pitch fouled off by Peck. And the 1-2 pitch is foul tipped into the glove of Torres for the strikeout. And so Kowalski gets the first out of the inning via strikeout. That's the second strikeout of the game for Kowalski. And it brings up the right fielder, Kaylee Troutman. Troutman, the sophomore from Salisbury, North Carolina. Check swing foul. Makes it a 0-1 count. Troutman hitting 188 with a double, 3 homers, 10 runs batted in this year. The 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. And it's 1-1. Troutman fouls off the 1-1 pitch, so it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch again fouled off over towards the Pfeiffer dugout. So Limestone, one of 3 Conference Carolinas teams in a sub-regional final. If Pfeiffer wins this game, they will advance to Saturday. As that hits Troutman. And Pfeiffer has its first base runner of the game, as Troutman is hit with 1 out, and it brings up Tuttle, the second baseman. There are 3 Conference Carolinas teams in the Southeast Regional this year, 3 Peach Belt teams, 2 South Atlantic Conference teams. As Tuttle shows bunts to third. Only play will be to first. Body throws to the second baseman, Webb covering. Sacrifice is successful. And with 2 down, it brings up Veda Blue Sherrill with a runner in scoring position. Sherrill grounded out to third to lead off our game. Kowalski's first pitch hit deep but foul down the left side for strike 1.
I think they got it, Will.
Sherrill, 5'7" sophomore from Hidnite, North Carolina. She was the Conference Carolina's freshman of the year last year. So Pfeiffer's had the last 2 conference freshmen of the year. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen, it's 0-2. It is a hot day, but not nearly as hot as yesterday. A little bit of a breeze, and the breeze right now blowing out to center field. Of course, the wind was blowing in most of the day yesterday, as this one is hit foul down the left side, out of play. No threat of rain today, so we should be in good shape to get all 3 of our games in. Tomorrow, a different story, as the 0-2 pitch from Kowalski is high for ball 1. The NCAA representative here and the tournament staff set to meet later today to determine a course of action for tomorrow. Tentatively scheduled for a noon start for Championship Saturday, as that is a deep to left field, but it's curving, and it will cross the foul pole line foul. And of course, as soon as we have a decision, we'll pass it along to you. We'll also have it on our tournament website, which you can access at armstrongpirates.com. It has links to box scores, recaps, live stats video, as well as the post-game press conferences. As the 1-2 pitch is high for a ball, Young Harris team wanted that called third strike. They were on their way to the dugout, but it's now a 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch fouled out of play this time down the right side. Runner on second, 2 down. We're in the top of the third between Young Harris and Pfeiffer in NCAA Southeast Region action. And time's called as head coach Kayla Lucas wants to talk things over with Kowalski here. It's been an extended at-bat for Sherrill against Kowalski. And a couple of times in this at-bat, Young Harris thought they had called strike 3, but we continue on with the at-bat. Sherrill's hit a couple of solid shots foul. And again, she is one of the top hitters, not only on the team, but in the region as well. So we will resume 2-2 count on Sherrill. And the pitch is grounded foul down the third base side. And the 2-2 pitch also fouled off. Another foul ball down the left side. This is turning into a double-digit pitch at bat. We saw one yesterday in the Young Harris Armstrong State game. Macy Coleman facing Kowalski at a 12 pitch at bat before Kowalski was finally able to get the strikeout. 2-2 pitch fouled off again. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kowalski again with the pitch. And that is grounded to third. Body takes it on the short hop, throws on to first, and that retires the side. We head to the bottom of the third. No score between the Mountain Lions and the Falcons. Bottom of the third inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. Georgia Webb, Chandler Stooksbury, and Jeannie Perucci to face Caitlin Christian here in the third. Webb looks at a pitch low for a strike, and it's 0-1. Webb, a 5'10 junior from Habersham, Georgia, looks at a pitch low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Webb hitting .275, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 23 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Webb out on strikes for the first out of the inning, and it brings up the first baseman, Chandler Stooksbury. The 5'8 senior from Kennesaw had the game-winning single yesterday in the 2-1 win over Armstrong State. She had an RBI single in the top of the 7th that broke a 1-1 tie and gave the Mountain Lions their first postseason win in NCAA history. First pitch to her is high for a ball. On the year, Stooksbury hitting .266, 8 doubles, 2 homers, 24 runs batted in. One 1-0 pitch right over the plate for a strike. The second matchup in Dahlonega, just about 30 minutes away from starting, and is an elimination game between Lenore-Rhine and North Georgia, as that pitch from Christian is a strike, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch down and away for ball 2. And the 2-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. Two-two pitch popped up in the infield, and the third baseman can't get the play, but then throws out. Webb at second. So the end result is it's an out, and there's 2 down now for Perucci.
Center fielder, Jeannie Perucci.
So we go back to the top of the lineup for Jeannie Perucci, who singled for Young Harris in the first, but was stranded. Actually was erased on a fielder's choice as the 1-0 pitch is fouled off. The 1-1 delivery is a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2 from Christian. Lefty on lefty here. Christian versus Perucci. And Christian ahead in the count 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is high and outside. Two balls, two strikes. The pitch grounded to second. Tuttle to first in time, and that will retire the side. We head to the top of the fourth, scoreless between the Mountain Lions and the Falcons. We head to the top of the fourth inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. Scoreless between Pfeiffer and Young Harris. And Nikki Kowalski's first pitch to Stephanie Fortner is a strike. Fortner struck out looking against Kowalski in the first inning. Takes a pitch low and in for a ball. We told you that both of the lower seeded teams won here yesterday. That was a trend around the nation when you look at the first day of the Southeast or the NCAA Division II regional play, as several lower seeded teams came away with wins. One ball, two strikes. Kowalski with the pitch. That's fouled off over the Pfeiffer dugout, out of play. Out west, Cal State San Bernardino, the 6th seed, beat Chico State, the host, and 3 seed, 5-2. 2nd seed Humboldt State beat 7th seed California Baptist 1-0, as that pitch is fouled off. In the other West Regional, 4-team sub-regional, 4-seeded Dixie State beat 5th-seeded Sonoma State 5-4. As this is hit deep to right center field, that's going to fall for a base hit, as Fortner will lead off the top of the fourth inning with a single. Perucci got over there quickly to cut it off, though, to hold Fortner to a single. And the Falcons have their first hit of the ball game against Kowalski. And it brings up the third baseman, Mackenzie Pennell. Pennell popped out to first base, pops this one over to the shortstop. Murphy Davis will make the play for out number one. And that will bring up Kiana Millsaps.
First baseman Kiana Millsaps.
Millsaps grounded out to third base in the second inning. First pitch to her is a strike. In that second West Regional, the top-seeded Cal State Monterey Bay lost to 8th-seeded Western Washington 5-3 in the first round. As the 0-1 delivery swung on and missed by Millsaps, it's 0-2. O2 delivery from Kowalski, hit into left field, but right there is Walters to make the play for out number 2. That brings up Chandler Walker, who also grounded out to third her first time up. Runner goes on the pitch, and it's hit up the middle for a base hit. So Walker grounds one up the middle. And Pfeiffer has 2 hits in the inning and a runner in scoring position for a second straight inning. But with 2 outs, it's going to take a hit from Crowder if the Falcons want to score. Crowder flew out to left field in the second inning. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 4th. Kowalski's first pitch is fouled off. Looked like it came up and hit her face mask. For strike 1. In the South Regional, top-seeded West Florida beat Claflin 5-2. 5th-seeded Valdosta shut out Mississippi College, the 4th seed, 6-0. As that's popped up over towards the Young Harris dugout, but will hit out of play. 7th seed North Alabama scored 6 runs in the 8th inning to beat 2nd-seeded St. Leo 10-4. And then 6th-seeded Lee beat 3rd-seeded Alabama Huntsville 7-4. 0-2 pitch, grounded back to the pitcher, Kowalski. She'll throw on to first, and that will retire the side. Pfeiffer gets its first 2 hits of the ball game, but Kowalski pitches out of the jam. We head to the bottom of the 4th. No score from Savannah. Bottom of the 4th inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the Young Harris lineup due up as Biz Walters comes to the plate. Walters swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Walters came up in the first inning with a runner on first, tried to bunt the runner over, but reached on a fielder's choice. Pops this one up in the infield, and this time the pitcher, Christian, will call her own number, make the play. And given what happened in the previous inning, the infield gets together to work out some communication issues. Are you hearing me talking, or are you just hearing static? Well,
Turn down the master all the way. It's completely unplugged. Is it when you're speaking they hear you speak? Or just in general? Just make sure that mic gets turned off.
okay. So apparently our speaker system here at the Armstrong State softball field is making a popping or cracking noise. Initially thought they were listening to my play-by-play out in the field, and though I like that, I'm sure the players don't appreciate that. 1-0 pitch to Torres is a strike. It's 1-1, so they're working on that sound system over there. Make sure it doesn't distract from the play out on the field. One ball, one strike. The pitch from Christian hit deep in the air to center field. And that is gone. Jill Torres with a solo home run to open up the scoring in this contest. With a deep drive to center field, her 6th home run of the year. And it is 1-0 Young Harris. And that was hit a ton. So Jill Torres with a blast to center field gives Young Harris a 1-0 lead, and Christian's first pitch to Hannah Harrison is a strike. Harrison struck out against Christian in the first inning. Hits this one down the right field line, but foul for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Christian trying to put out of her mind that home run ball by Torres, and then does so by striking out Harrison for the 2nd time in this game, this time looking for the 2nd out of the inning. And it brings up the shortstop, Murphy Davis. Davis popped out to the pitcher Christian in the 2nd inning, pops this one foul, out of play for strike 1. North Georgia Lenore Ryan getting set to start action up in Dahlonega in their elimination contest. 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. One ball, one strike. Christian with the delivery. Hit in the air to center field, but right there to make the grab for Pfeiffer is the center fielder Walker. And that retires the side, but Young Harris breaks the deadlock on the home run by Torres. We go to the fifth, 1-0 Mountain Lions. Top of the fifth inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. Young Harris with a 1-0 lead over Pfeiffer. As Abby Peck will lead things off for the Falcons. She swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one. Peck was a strikeout victim of Kowalski in the third inning. Kowalski's thrown 4 innings, given up 2 hits, no runs. As that pitch is in the dirt for a ball. She has thrown 74 pitches, 60 for strikes. And the 1-1 pitch fouled off. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch, that's fouled off. Other regional scores yesterday in the Atlantic region. Westchester, the top seed, defeated Chowan 2-1. 5th seeded Shepherd beat 4th seed Virginia Wise 5-1. 3rd seeded Kutztown beat 6th seeded Bloomsburg 2-1. And 2nd seeded West Virginia Wesleyan defeated 7th seed Charleston out of West Virginia 5-0. 1-2 pitch fouled off by Peck, out of play. And another pitch fouled off, this time grounded towards the third base dugout. One-two pitch hit deep to left, but Walters is in foul territory. She can't make the play, but it hits foul. One-two pitch. That is a fair ball to third. Body up with it. Throws on to first. And there's one away. That brings up the right fielder, Troutman, who was hit by a pitch in the third. Moved to second on a sacrifice, but was stranded there. She fouls off the first pitch from Kowalski for strike one. Game two coming up after this one between host Armstrong State and Carson Newman, the 2-seed Eagles and the 3rd-seeded Pirates. 0-1 pitch, that's low for a ball. And the 1-1 pitch hit into left field, and that's a base hit. So Troutman has been on base twice today for the Falcons. And she is a one-out base runner for Tuttle.
Second baseman, Emma Tuttle.
Tuttle shows bunt and bunts it to third. Again, body's only play will be to the second baseman covering, so a second successful sacrifice for Tuttle. And that puts Troutman in scoring position for Sherrill. Who is 0 for 2 and is grounded out to third base twice. First pitch from Kowalski is a strike. The last at-bat between Sherrill and Kowalski was an 11-pitch at-bat. Where 9 of the 11 pitches were fouled off by Sherrill. But Kowalski eventually won the battle, getting the ground out. No balls, one strike. The pitch down and away for ball one. One nothing. Young Harris leads. We're in the top of the fifth. And there's a grounder up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Troutman around third. She will score. And Veda Blue Sherrill ties this game up at 1 with a 2-out RBI single.
Left fielder, Stephanie Fortner.
So that will bring up Stephanie Fortner, the left fielder. She singled her last time up and is 1 for 2. And remember, Sherrill, who's on at first, has stolen 40 bases this season. She'll look to get in scoring position. As the first pitch, she does not go, and the pitch is low for a ball. One our score here in the fifth. And stealing second is Sherrill. Fortner showed bunt, but was never intending to swing at that pitch. And head coach Kayla Lucas is out to talk to the bases umpire, perhaps arguing if Sherrill left early or not. It's 1-1 the count. And the 1-1 pitch is a strike to Fortner. It's 1-2. And the 1-2 delivery from Kowalski fouled back out of play. Another foul ball off the bat of Fortner. Pop up to first and foul territory, but it was a tough play for the first baseman, Stooksbury. She had to turn around, try and make a basket catch on it. Could not do so, but it keeps Fortner alive at the plate. And a 1-2 pitch hit into left field. That's a base hit. Sherrill will score without a throw. And Pfeiffer, with back-to-back two-out RBI singles, takes a 2-1 lead. So Pennell will bat. She has popped out twice, once to first and once to short. And Kowalski's first pitch is a strike. Two-1, Pfeiffer now with the lead, fifth inning, as that pitch is high for a ball. Two runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Pfeiffer, 1 run, 2 hits for Young Harris. And the 1-1 pitch grounded to third. Body will throw on to first, and that retires the side. Pfeiffer scores twice, and we're headed to the bottom of the fifth. 2-1, our score. Falcons with the lead. Bottom of the fifth inning. Lead has changed hands. Each of the Last two half innings, Young Harris took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth on Jill Torres' solo home run to center field, but Pfeiffer now has a 2-1 lead as the first pitch from Caitlin Christian to Kelsey Nix is a strike. Pfeiffer got back-to-back two-out RBI singles from Veda Blue Sherrill and Stephanie Fortner to take a 2-1 lead. Nix, Body, and Webb to face Christian here in the bottom of the fifth, as that pitch is low for a ball, making it 1-1. Christian has thrown 4 innings, given up 2 hits, 1 run, thrown 57 pitches so far, 39 for strikes. 1-1 pitch is a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, that's high and outside to the lefty Nix. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Crowder. Nix strikes out for the first out of the inning. Christian has now struck out 4 in the contest. And with 1 down, it brings up Body, the third baseman. In the South Central Regional yesterday, third-seeded St. Mary's beat 6th-seeded Texas Women's 7-5. Second-seeded West Texas A&M beat 7th-seeded Tarleton State 7-6. 4th-seeded Colorado Mesa beat 5th-seed Cameron 3-2 in 9 innings. And top-seeded Angelo State beat 8th-seeded Lubbock Christian 4-3. So very close games in that regional. As the 1-1 pitch by Christian is fouled off. Down the left side, it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch down low, it's 2-2. In the Central Regional, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Christian popped to short. Sherrill will make the grab for out number 2. And that brings up Georgia Webb. In the Central Regional, Saginaw Valley, third seed beat 6th-seeded Indianapolis 3-2 in 8 innings. Second-seeded Southern Indiana beat Grand Valley State 5-1. 4th-seeded Wayne State beat 5th-seeded Truman 1-0, and top-seed Missouri St. Louis beat 8th-seeded Kentucky Wesleyan 11-1 in 5 innings. Pop foul to the third baseman, Pennell. Pennell makes the grab, and just like that, we are through 5 here at the Armstrong State softball field. 2-1, Pfeiffer leads. Top of the 6th inning. Hitters 4, 5, 6 in the order for Pfeiffer. Facing Nikki Kowalski. Kiana Millsaps steps in, looks at a strike. And it's 0-1. Millsaps 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out today. A 0-1 pitch, a little bit high, taken for a ball. In the Atlantic region yesterday, this is the Northeast region. Second-seeded Malloy beat 7th-seeded New York Tech 2-1. Third-seeded Caldwell beat 6th-seeded Merrimack 3-2 in 8 innings. Top-seeded Adelphi beat 8th-seeded Wilmington out of Delaware 5-3, and 5th-seeded Mercy beat 4th-seeded New Haven 3-1. 2-1 pitch fouled off. Down the right side, it's 2-2. In the North Central region, top-seeded Harding blanked Missouri Western State 8-0. Fourth-seeded Winona State lost to 5th-seeded Southern Arkansas 5-0. Second-seeded Minnesota State Mankato beat 7th-seeded Augustana 8-4. And third-seed Central Oklahoma blanked 6th-seeded Pittsburgh State 9-0 in 5 innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Millsaps, leading off the top of the 6th here. And that pitch is popped to second. Easy play for Georgia Webb. She'll make the grab for out number 1. That brings up Chandler Walker, center fielder for the Falcons. 1 for 2 with a single her last time up. She pops the first pitch up foul, out of play behind us. Kowalski delivers another pitch that's fouled off. She threw 116 pitches in the 2-1 win over Armstrong State yesterday. Here she has thrown 105 through 5 1/3. As this is hit deep to right center field, but on the run is the center fielder Perucci. She'll make the running grab for out number 2. So 2 down for Crowder, who is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. And she lines this one to short on one hop. Davis fields it, throws on to first, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1, Pfeiffer leads. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong State softball field, bottom of the 6th inning. In a 2-1 ball game, Young Harris trails it by a run, and it'll be Chandler Stooksbury leading things off for Young Harris here in the 6th. Stooksbury looks at a strike from Caitlin Christian. Stooksbury hit a pop-up that third baseman Mackenzie Pennell ran a long way but dropped the pop-up. But after dropping the pop-up, Stooksbury tried to take second, and Pennell was able to recover and throw out Stooksbury at second base to record the out. So no balls, 2 strikes the count. Christian into the wind, and the 0-2 pitch high and outside, taken for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch chopped to third. This time Pennell able to field it with ease. Throws on to first for the first out of the inning. And it brings up the center fielder, Jeannie Perucci. Perucci 1 for 2, singled in the first, grounded out in the third. First pitch hit into center field, and that will be caught. A diving grab by Chandler Walker. Again, center field and most of the outfielders playing shallow on the lefty slap hitting Perucci, but that's a fantastic play by Walker in a 1-run game to keep Perucci off the bases, and there's now 2 down for Biz Walters, the left fielder. Or actually, no, we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Young Harris. Number 22 is going to pinch hit Amber Winters, a 5'7" freshman from Dallas, Georgia. Will come in and bat for Walters.
Attention please for Young Harris, batting for Walters. Number 22, Amber Winters.
Winters is 4 for 17 this season at the plate. That's a .235 average. With a double and 3 runs batted in, first pitch to her is high for a ball. So with 2 outs, head coach Kayla Lucas looking for a spark off the bench with Winters hitting. Next pitch is high for a ball. And the 2-0 pitch is low, and so Winters has seen 3 straight balls from Christian. The 3-0 pitch, that is a strike, and it's 3-1. Winters did not appear in yesterday's game against Armstrong State. This is her first action of the regional. Pops this one up, and that will get out of play down the left side. It's now 3-2. Three-two pitch down low for ball 4. And so Winters pinch hits and draws a walk. And she is on base for the catcher Torres. And all Torres did was hit a solo home run to center field her last time up. We're going to get Walters to re-enter here to run.
Number 4, Biz Walters re-enters running at first base.
So the tying run is on, but there's 2 outs in the inning, and Torres looks at the pitch upstairs for a ball. That walk, by the way, by Christian was her first of the game. She has struck out 4. Again, has given up just 2 hits in the contest as that pitch is high for ball 2. Walters on at first. And the 2-0 delivery. That's a strike at the belt, and it's 2-1. In yesterday's win over Armstrong State, it was the 6th inning where Torres hit a 2-out double that scored the game-tying run as she fouls this one off out of play. Young Harris would then score in the 7th to win over the host Pirates 2-1. So the Mountain Lions hoping for the same sort of heroics from Torres here. Against the Falcons, 2-2 pitch from Christian, hit in the air, but should be playable, and it is for Kaylee Troutman. We are headed to the 7th. Pfeiffer leads 2-1. Top of the 7th inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. And Pfeiffer will lead it off with Abby Peck, the designated player. First pitch swinging is Peck, and that is an 0-1 count. And then a grounder foul down the third base side. Makes it 0-2. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Pfeiffer. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Young Harris. Oh, 2 pitch again fouled off. North Georgia has gotten an early run against Lenore Rhine. Actually, 2 early runs, top of the first inning. And the Nighthawks lead at 2-0 over the Bears. So again, the 0-2 pitch from Kowalski, grounded foul down the third base side. the 0-2 delivery outside, taken for a ball. And the 1-2 pitch fouled back. Peck 0 for 2. Struck out in the third and grounded out in the fifth. Young Harris scored a single run in the fourth. Pfeiffer with 2 in the fifth. That's where we stand here in the top of the seventh. The 1-2 delivery, grounded foul towards the Young Harris dugout. One-two pitch again fouled off. Kowalski now with 116 pitches, which matches her outing yesterday against Armstrong State. But 94 of those 116 pitches have been strikes. Only 22 balls thrown by Kowalski, as that is outside for a ball. And it's 2-2. And 2-2 pitch fouled off down the third base side. Two-two pitch popped up, and the left fielder, Biz Walters, will call off the shortstop Davis and make the grab for out number one. So another extended at-bat, but Kowalski gets the out. And with one down, it brings up Troutman, who has been on base twice against Kowalski. First pitch is high and inside for a ball. Troutman was hit by a pitch in the third and then singled and scored in the fifth. One 0 pitch, that's high for a ball. Little shot down the left field line. That is a fair ball. And a single for Troutman, her second hit of the day. And with one down, and it brings up the second baseman, Tuttle. Troutman has had a good day at the plate for the Falcons. And Emma Tuttle, who the last two times up has executed successful sacrifices, will try and do that again here, as that is bunted to the first baseman. Only play will be to the second baseman covering, but sacrifice successful. And again, Troutman is in scoring position with 2 outs for Sherrill, who the last time up
Shortstop, Veda Blue Sherrill.
drove in Troutman with the first run of the ball game for the Falcons. Kowalski's first pitch hit deep in the air to left, but playable for Walters. And she will make the grab, and that will retire the side. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th here at the Southeast Regional with Pfeiffer leading at 2-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And for young Harris, who needs 1 run to keep this game going, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the order as Hannah Harrison will lead things off. Harrison looks at a pitch high for a ball. Harrison, the lefty hitting right fielder for the Mountain Lions, has had trouble with Christian. She has struck out twice against the Pfeiffer freshman. The 1-0 pitch hit in the air to center field, but back to make the catch is Walker for out number 1. So that will bring up the shortstop Murphy Davis, who has popped to the pitcher and flied out to center field in her 2 at-bats. And first pitch to her, high and inside for ball 1. Christian has been very economical with her pitches. 86 pitches thrown, 56 for strikes. Next pitch low for a ball. And it's 2-0. Christian has given up just 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 4. 11 fly ball outs, just 3 ground ball outs, as that pitch is high and tight. And it's now a 3-0 count. And that is low ball 4, so the tying run is on with 1 out for Kelsey Nix, the designated player. Who is Nix has fouled out and struck out in her 2 at-bats against Christian. First pitch right over the plate for a strike. And it's 0-1. Lenore Ryan has scored a run in the bottom of the 1st inning. It is 2-1 North Georgia heading to the 2nd. Actually, now it's 4-1 as North Georgia got a 2-run home run from Hannah McSwain. So a big lead for the Nighthawks early in the Dahlonega Regional. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch hit into left field, and that's going to fall. Just foul. Nix went the opposite way and hit it down the left field line, but it hit just foul. And by a matter of inches, Nix will come back to the batter's box. It's now an 0-2 count. And that pitch outside for ball 1. And the 1-2 pitch is also high. It's 2-2. Two-two pitch hit in the air to center field. Walker again will range over and make the catch. And so with 2 down, Young Harris down to its final out as Grace Body, the third baseman, comes to the plate. Body has popped out to the shortstop, Cheryl, twice. First pitch to her from Christian is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Christian. Down low for ball 1. Run on first for Young Harris. That's Murphy Davis. The 1-1 pitch hit in the air to left. And in foul territory, making the catch is Stephanie Fortner, and Pfeiffer moves on to Saturday's championship day of play here in the Southeast Regional with a 2-1 win over Young Harris. And Young Harris will come back and play the final game today in another elimination contest. But coming up next, pretty close to 1:30 our start time between Armstrong State and Carson Newman in our first elimination game of the day.